Hello, friends, and welcome to today's video. We're going to talk about the SBS Gayo, specifically the performances from it. And if you're wondering why I'm late, because I am late, we're blaming Zoombi in this house. Okay, Zoombi didn't post the article they always post that has all the stages until like 1 o'clock day of, which meant I was behind schedule, ergo we're blaming them. Also, in case you couldn't figure it out from the title, this is part 1. There's going to be a part 2. It'll come out shortly. But this is part 1 because there's approximately 40 stages that took place the other night. So we're splitting it up to avoid suicidal tendencies if nothing else. Also, speaking of the number of stages, I'm going to chapter this video just so you can kind of see who is being discussed here and also just jump around. Like maybe you don't care about the ITZY solo stages, so you're just gonna jump ahead. There's only one ITZY solo stage, but maybe you don't care about it. Maybe you don't care about the TVXQ stages and you just want to skip them. I don't know, but you can jump around if you want to. I'll chapter the video so you can do what you wish. Next, Zoombi article in the description, the late Zoombi article that has all the stages. I'm gonna put it in the description so that you can watch all the stages if you want to. It'll be down there. It's also the order we're gonna go in tonight. I know when I do my Gayo reviews, I usually like to skip around a little more. I like to maybe do the stages I don't care about at the front. Then I usually like maybe cover hours after that. I don't know. I usually jump around a bit more. I'm feeling lazy at the moment, so we're just going to go in the order of the Zoombi article, and I just split it at approximately the halfway point. Lastly, just to cover bases, these are opinions, okay? You can disagree with all of them. These are just my thoughts and my feelings. You can think every single statement I make in this video is factually incorrect. That's fine. I don't really care, like it's really not that deep to me, and we can disagree, and I love that for us. Okay, I think that just about covers everything. I'm drinking peach tea, if you were curious, and with that, we'll just get started. We start out actually with TVXQ hours because the day that I'm filming this is actually their, like, for real 20th anniversary, but just around this general time, TVXQ turned 20, which is insane to me. But either way, it's their 20th anniversary, so we start off with a little TVXQ moment, which begins with Xiaojun, Doyoung, and Chenle from NCT performing I Believe. And it's nice. I wasn't thrilled with their outfits, and the stage itself, like, if you've heard the song, you'll know, but it's not, like, an engaging stage to watch, because the song itself is a lot more toned down than some other TVXQ singles, but it was a nice, chill way to start the night. After that, aespa came out to do a cover of Mirotic, and this one did eat, I will say that. However, for some reason, when they came out, my brain was under the assumption there were 5 of them. I, like, saw the 4 of them, and I was like, where's the 5th one? I don't know who I thought the 5th member of aespa was, but my brain is weird like that. But this was an excellent stage. Like, the looks were great. The song itself is a classic, and the choreo is very memorable. It was really just all around a great performance. Then, closing out our TVXQ section, the DILFs themselves came out. They were DILFing for the record. Like, they looked so good. Now, they only performed one song because they're busy, but it was their new song, right? Their new single, Rebel, that's the song they performed, and when I took these notes, I'd actually never heard it before because it was not yet out. The song slaps, for the record, because I didn't talk about it. The song slaps, just if you were wondering. There were some parts of it that I don't like at first, because, like, in my notes, I hadn't heard the album yet. I thought it might be better in the recorded version. There's some parts I don't love in the song, but for the most part, phenomenal listening experience. As for the performance itself, it was great. I really liked it. The song slaps, as previously mentioned, but also the choreo was really cool. It was really memorable. I'm not going to say TVXQ outsold the people who were born after they debuted, but there are certain idols I would like to see take some notes. But that wraps up TVXQ hours, and we immediately jump into another little section, which is rookie boy group hours, okay? And starting us off, we have the one and only Zero Base One, or as I will be referring to them throughout the rest of this video, Z-Bone. Now, they started out with some choreography, and it was fine. Like, it wasn't groundbreaking, but it wasn't bad. After that, though, they decided to actually piss me off because they performed Crush. Now, Crush is not a horrible song. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be when I heard the teaser. But In Bloom is an amazing song, and it's also their more popular song, so I was a bit confused, to say the least, that they chose to do Crush. But the choreo for Crush is cool. I'll concede it. Like, I'm willing to accept this stage, even if I'm not happy about it. Also, while we're here, the looks, the silver detailing on the jacket, I appreciated that. Also, on the topic of looks, I had a debate with the bestie the other day because Jongho changed his hair, right? Like, it used to be darker, it's a lot lighter now, and as a Jongho stan, I didn't like it. However, also as a Jongho stan, my bestie did, so I stand by that I'm correct and he looks better with darker hair. In short, though, as a whole, this performance was a bit underwhelming for me. Like, everything Z-Bone did, I know they can do better, if that makes sense. Like, their opening choreography, they can do better choreography. I've seen them do it. As for the song they performed, they have better songs. So, like, I wasn't upset, but I was a bit disappointed. Moving on, though, next rookie group is BOYNEXTDOOR, and I can't explain why. I have theories, but of all the boy group looks that we saw during this SBS Gayo, there were some bad ones. These elicited a visceral reaction in me, and they pissed me off. I don't actually know why I hated these so much, because like usually when I hate looks, I can figure it out. I can be like, okay, this particular outfit looks ugly for X, Y, and Z reasons, right? These, I don't know. I think it was the shorts, but there was just something about it that I cannot approve. Anyway, on to the actual performance. They started out, just like Z-Bone, with a choreography number, and it kind of ate, like it was kind of excellent. Unfortunately, after that, they did One and Only, and for those who don't know my thoughts on BOYNEXTDOOR, I've reviewed their entire discography, but for those who didn't watch that, I'll summarize my feelings like this. Every single BOYNEXTDOOR song is fine, okay? Like, they don't have a bad song, but they also don't have any good songs. All of their songs, to me, are just kind of fine. That said, they do have a very fun stage presence. I've never noticed it in past BOYNEXTDOOR performances, but I wouldn't say I personally was having fun watching this stage, but I could see the vision, like I could understand why other people would, if that makes sense. To summarize though, exceeded expectations for sure. It's not that I don't think BOYNEXTDOOR can do good performances, I'm just not the biggest fan of their music. However, I was very pleasantly surprised watching this. Like, I'm not going to say this is the greatest performance of the night, it's not. But of all the BOYNEXTDOOR stages I have seen, this was one of, if not the overall best, and I appreciated the effort. Our next artist is actually the first one we're covering who did multiple songs, and that is RIIZE, who with the red jackets for the record, looked very good. Also, I'm a Zoe stan, his sweater was cute. I'm gonna say it, he looked cute, and I feel the need to point it out. Now, they started out with Siren, a song that I've previously mentioned I'm very grateful doesn't have an official release, and I hope they keep it that way, because I don't like this song. I didn't enjoy this part of the performance. However, it did very abruptly, at least in the clip that I was watching on the Soompi article, it very abruptly cut to Get a Guitar, and I thought that was really funny. And the Get a Guitar stage was amazing, I'm gonna say it. Okay, the song bangs, the choreo is so memorable and just excellent, and so he was eating. Like, I'm biased, but he was eating. It was just all around a great stage. Then they closed out doing just the chorus of Memories, which is the greatest chorus of 2023. I'm willing to die on this hill. Like, here's my consensus on Memories as a song if you didn't watch my review. The verses are decent, but the chorus is the greatest thing ever, and I'm so glad they did just the chorus. Like, it was the perfect ending. Big Picture, though, kind of outsold their label mates, I'm gonna say it, and also, like, the fellow rookies. I loved this stage. If it wasn't for the Siren intro, I would call it the perfect stage, but even with that intro, it was still one of my favorites of the night. Next, we had n.SSign, who performed Wormhole: New Track. Now, I've always found the name of this song very amusing, because when you look at it, right, like, you assume they're performing Wormhole, which is a new track. You would be wrong. They are performing Wormhole: New Track. The new track is part of the name, and I just find that really funny. Anyway, I don't think I've ever talked about n.SSign on this channel. I could be wrong, but I'm like 90% sure I haven't. But I like some of their songs. This one I like less, I will concede, but it's not bad, and the choreo was quite engaging to watch. Also, the all-black looks were giving, I will give them that. However, this stage did have a minor disjointed feel to it. I don't think this was the best song for them to perform. I think they have better ones that would have been a better performance. Either way though, like, it was a good stage. If you want to get into n.SSign and you just never have heard their songs, you can watch this one. Like, you won't have a bad time, but it could have been better if they did a different song. Okay, we have reached the final rookie, definitely boy group rookie of this video, potentially of the night. I don't actually remember who's gonna be in part 2, but either way, final boy group of this little rookie section, okay, which is xikers, and they performed Do or Die. Now, I'm gonna be so honest for a minute. I'm gonna piss off their stans, I know. I hate their discography. They have one of the worst discographies I've ever heard, and I hate this song in particular with a burning passion. I will give them credit where credit is due, though. This choreo is kind of fun. Like, I could see with a better song this same choreography being very fun. However, while better live also, I will give them that too. The song is better live. It's still pretty bad, and I did not enjoy watching it. The only part of the stage that I do, however, feel like praising is the looks. Certain members went all out with the Christmas looks, and I love that. I love Christmas. I've said this a million times. I love Christmas, okay? I love Christmas pop songs, and I love a good Christmas look. The Christmas looks were very cute, however, unfortunately, I will never be watching the stage again. Now for our first actual girl group stage of the night, aka our girl group performing their own girl group song, and that goes to NMIXX. Now, in spite of the fact that I constantly forget that this song exists, NMIXX actually has a Christmas single, Funky Glitter Christmas, and that's the song they started out performing. And it's good. It's very enjoyable, okay? Like, here's the thing. This is not my ideal Christmas song. I'm gonna be honest. There are Christmas K-pop songs I like way more than this one, but it's still fun, and it's cute, and given the fact that this Gayo took place on Christmas, I think it was very wise that they performed this song. After that, they performed their best lead single, Love Me Like This, and it bangs. Okay, like, it bangs. I love this song, I'm gonna be honest. I adore it. In fact, like, it is a banger, and if you disagree, you're wrong. And sure enough, I like this stage. The song, although I didn't love the rock remix, was still good, and the choreo was fun. Like, it was a good stage. The one issue I do, however, feel they need to point out is the looks. Like, 2 of the members looked good, but the rest looked a bit heinous, and I will simply say I want someone fired over these looks. In short, it was a solid stage, but it could have been better if they didn't have a weird rock remix of a pop song and also had better outfits. None of that matters, though, because it is time for my girls, my queens, my icons, STAYC. Now, STAYC started with a rap intro that I don't really want to talk about, so I'm gonna say that the choreo for it was cool, and then we're gonna move on. After that, the members actually came out, and they were all on stage, and they looked so cute, okay? Like, these looks were adorable, they were so Christmassy, and I loved them. They also performed Teddy Bear, which I personally greatly enjoyed. Like, it's a cute song, the choreo's fun, it was a great stage. Big picture, if either A, they'd only done Teddy Bear, or B, maybe switch out the rap intro for, like, a brief snippet of Bubble, I think it would have been the perfect stage. But even what we got is great, and I will be watching it again because it is adorable and I can't be stopped. We have reached another mini chunk in the video, which I've dubbed the Japanese group section, and starting us off we have NiziU. Now, they only performed Heartless, and I'd heard the song, but I'd never seen it, and I will say, the choreo was very cool. They also looked really nice. They were all white, and I can't tell if this was intentional or not, but I'm choosing to give them the benefit of the doubt and assume it was, because with the lights, it sort of reflected off their outfits, and at some point they looked pinkish, and I just thought that was really cool. Also, yes, at one point Felix shows up. I don't understand this, for the record. I was jump scared because I looked away to type some notes, looked back and Felix was there. I question a lot of choices, primarily being, why is Felix here? As a whole, though, it was good. I liked the song, the choreo was cute. I have no idea why Felix is here, but I'm sure other people enjoyed it more than I did. The second and final group in our little Japanese group moment is &TEAM. They started out with a fun little choreography intro, and then went into performing their best title track, which is Firework. Now, Firework is another song I'd never actually seen before. I'd heard it a good few times because it is a banger, but I'd never seen it performed, and I was very curious how the choreo was gonna look. And honestly, it was really great. It was very engaging to watch, plus, as previously mentioned, I really liked the song, so in spite of the fact it was actually very short, this was honestly one of my favorite stages of the night. Next, we have some solo covers. Starting us off, we have Yuna from ITZY, who did You&Me by Jennie, and for the unaware, I was working earlier in this year on a History of ITZY video, and then I filmed for 6 hours, and my camera recorded none of the audio, so I got pissed and never finished it, but in the preparation for that video, I watched a lot of ITZY content, and I became a minor Yuna stan, so I was actually really excited about this stage. Now, technically speaking, it started off with an intro with Yeonjun, who has the other solo stage, we'll get to his, but nothing happens in that intro. Like, they kind of just stand there for a second, and then Yeonjun walks away, so I'm not going to really bring it up. Instead, we're going to skip, like, to the actual performance. It was incredible. Yuna looked so pretty. The The choreography she did was gorgeous. The song, I've never been the biggest fan of it, if I'm being honest. Like, it's not a bad song. It's perfectly enjoyable. It's just not my favorite of the Blackpink solos. However, I will concede that Yuna ate. Like, I'm not gonna say she outsold Jennie, partially because blinks scare me and I don't feel like getting death threats today, but I will say she had an amazing performance and I really liked it. After that, Yeonjun from TVXQ came out and he performed 3D by Jungkook, and I question this decision. This is another song that I have questions about because not only is it his worst solo, like of the Jungkook solo singles we got this year, this is the worst one. It is also the least successful in terms of both critical and commercial success. So I wonder why this was selected. Anyway, the song's boring, for the record. Like, I've never been a fan of this song. Plus, if I'm being honest, Yeonjun's never been a compelling dancer to me. Like, I would like to stress, I'm saying this as an insane TVXQ stan. Like, I'm a lunatic when it comes to TVXQ. I'm willing to admit that. If I brought out all the TVXQ albums I had and stacked them on this table, it would go out of frame. Like, I'm insane. But Yeonjun, to me, has always struck me as this very particular type of dancer where he's very technically talented. Like, I can see that he knows what he's doing and is objectively a good dancer. But I feel like there's other idols. I'm not necessarily saying anyone in TVXQ, but just in the general world of K-pop, there are idols that I watch perform, like Taemin, okay? I watch Taemin perform, and I see love in the way Taemin dances. I feel like Yeonjun never really learned to love dancing in the way other idols like Taemin, for an example. I'm not trying to be mean. Taemin is just objectively the best dancer in K-pop, and also I'm an insane SHINee stan. So, like, if you compare Yeonjun to other dancers, I feel like there are others that have a more loved type of dancing. I can't think of a better way to say it. Like, there's more energy, there's more, not effort, but just more passion. There's more passion in their performances, and frankly, hear me out. We should have brought back Xiaojun and given him another dance performance before we gave Yeonjun another solo one, because his cover of On, I still watch to this day, and it is one of the best Gayo stages I've ever seen in my entire life, and I want another one. I love how I say, I don't want death threats, and then go on a minor tirade that is negative about Yeonjun, as if the TVXQ stans aren't also literally insane. But anyway, next up is NCT 127. They performed their new single, Be There For Me. Now, I literally just talked about this song like 5 days ago, so I'm not going to get into it too much, but I will say, the looks for this stage were a healthy mix of great and awful. The choreo, meanwhile, is nice. It's chill. It's good. Like, it's solid choreography. Granted, yes, my issues with the song are still there, but in the grand scheme of things, this was a perfectly fine stage. Up next, we have another snippet of Cover Hours, which is Seungmin and Jeongin from Stray Kids performing It's Okay by Kyungsoo. Now, going in, I kind of knew what I signed up for. Like, this is not a song that gives off overly complex choreography vibes, and sure enough, they kind of just vibed with their microphones, but it was still nice. Also, I'm a Seungmin stan. I think he's heavily underrated as a vocalist, and he sounded great here. Jeongin also sounded very nice. It was really just a soothing stage and a nice break for me. On to the next stage, which is the NewJeans stage, and they started off performing NewJeans, like the song NewJeans, and I've said this before, but for those who didn't watch that video, I love this song, okay? Like, it is a bop. And this was an amazing stage for me, or at least a very good one, to say the least. The choreo is cool. Again, song is a bop. I didn't like the outfits, but in general, it was good. After that, we have some more choreography. It was a mix, like the background music, the mix of NewJeans and ETA. It was an interesting remix. I could have liked it more if I liked ETA as a song, but I don't. So I will say the choreo was good, but I didn't like the background music. They then performed Ditto, which is a fine song and definitely has choreography, but in the grand scheme of things, this was a bit underwhelming for me, if I'm being honest. Like, it's not that the stage was bad. It wasn't. But Ditto as a song, personally, is kind of mid. Like, it's just knockoff Pink Panthers. I can go listen to real life Pink Panthers. Like, I don't need the NewJeans version. So I don't love the song. And also the choreo, it's not that memorable. And in comparison to other NewJeans songs, it just doesn't have the same level of performance, if you know what I mean. Closing out the stage, they did the Christmas version of OMG, aka Oh My God. and it was fine. I don't listen to the song that often, so I don't really know what was the remix part of it, but it was decent to watch. Like, the backup dancers helped. I will give it that. The backup dancers definitely helped make it more engaging, and I appreciated their presence. In summary, though, this started out very strong, and then while I get why they performed Ditto and oh my god, I wish they hadn't at the same time. Again, their Get Up album has a lot more songs that I personally enjoy. And I also feel like they make better performances. So I kind of wish they'd done like Super Shy and Cool With You instead. But what we got is perfectly fine. We have now reached our final boy group of this video. Not of the night, just of this video. But it is CRAVITY, who performed Groovy. Now I need to make this clear before we continue. I adore Groovy, the song, okay? It is my 4th most streamed song of 2023. I listen to it constantly. It is a song that actually got me into CRAVITY as a group. Like, I just love it so much. And this stage was excellent. I'm gonna say it. The way they incorporated the table and chairs was so fun. And on top of that, the actual choreography itself is great. There was also a dance break, which, not my favorite dance break ever. Like, I've seen better, mostly because the choreo wasn't, like, groundbreaking by any means, but the background music was phenomenal. Basically, one of my favorite stages of the night. I'm gonna say it. Like, yes, it was short. They only did 1 song, but I just loved every second of it. And if you haven't streamed Groovy, you should stream it immediately. Our next performer is from n.SSign. Now, they started out doing some very cool choreography to some very excellent violin background music. Then, in a move that I feel like was a very interesting choice, they didn't perform Me Now. They performed Attitude, and it worked perfectly. The stage was just amazing. They looked so gorgeous. The choreography is also very good, and the song slaps. Like, it was just all around excellent. Okay, we have reached our final performance of this video. Not of the night, just of this video, but I've been sitting here for like coming up on an hour now, and I'm tired. Plus, we're at the halfway point. Like, I knew going in this was going to be the end, but either way, our last performer of the night is SSERAFIM, who started out doing Eve, STAYC, and the Bluebeard's Wife. And for some reason, this was called an intro. Like, the song name itself doesn't appear in the Seungmin article, unless they changed it since I watched it. But it says, like, intro. This performance went on for more than 3 whole minutes. Like, it was a whole stage. I don't know why they called it an intro. But it was excellent, okay? Like, it was so cool. The fire shot out of the stage on beat. It was iconic. I'm gonna say it. This was a great stage. Then they performed a holiday remix of Perfect Night, and they put on these little Santa capes, and it was so cute. Like, unironically, I loved the looks with the Santa capes. Anyway, Perfect Night was good, okay? Like, the song has grown on me. I wasn't super in love with it. I like it more now. Plus, the choreo is fun, even if I will admit, it did not take long for the ringing bells they added for the holiday remix to piss me off a bit. Big picture though, this was an incredible stage, okay? The intro was amazing, and Perfect Night was fun too. But that's all I have for you for now. Thank you so much for watching. Part 2 will be out later in the week, and until then, feel free to comment your favorite stages of the night. Comment whatever you want. Comment your favorite looks. Comment anything, okay? Like, comment whatever you want. You can also like and subscribe if you want to or don't. I'll be okay either way. And in the description, once it's out, I'll put part 2. It'll be later this week, but I'll put it down there when it's out. I'm also going to put the Seungmin article that has all the performances in it, so you can watch them if you want to. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye!